Welcome back to SwitchCorner. Today we're going to be taking a look at our favourite deals across the Switch eShops, covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. This video, it is any price goes, so I will say prepare that bank account. If you want the cheaper side of the eShop though, remember we covered just that in our Thursday edition where we keep everything sub $10 or of course your local currency. Then as always, we do have winners to announce for two $10 eShop gift cards from last week's video. We'll be announcing that as we go through today's list. If you want to enter for a chance to win this week, as always, all you need to do, drop a comment down below and the winners, they'll be announced in next Saturday's episode. With that, hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family. We're quickly approaching 15,000 subscribers, so thank you all so much and let's get started. So first up this week, Overwatch. Right now it has a free trial. You can jump in, give things a go, and from what I understand it features nearly all the content. This free trial though, it ends in the next few days, so for those of you that are interested, they've also dropped a sale offering 50% off. That's matching the all-time low price. It's not a rare sale, but I do like the timing here, and no matter your view on the creators behind it, you can't say it's not a solid game, and it's kept an engaged fan base for a very good reason. Here though, we're basically getting a squad-based shooter where you play heroes with a ton of special abilities. It's fast-paced, it looks great on the Switch even if it is running at 30 frames per second, and yeah, I think you can do a lot worse, and it's going to be easy here to get your money's worth. So next up then, RPG fans, Trials of Mana. It drops with a new all-time low. We've only ever seen this on sale once previously, so it's good to see it joining the party. Here though, we get the long-awaited port of Trials, but instead of just porting the original from 1995 and calling it a day, they took the game and they built a whole new experience based on that story. Now, depending on your preference, you may just want the original build. If that's the case, check out Collection of Mana, which is also on sale right now. This rebuild though, it's a great game. It's one I've sunk more than a few hours into, and for the most part I enjoyed what I got. Expect here though a huge leap obviously in graphical quality. There's now voiceovers, a remastered soundtrack, and even an extra episode that you can experience once you wrap up that core experience. I like the price point here, 30% off, and the story is great stuff as you set out on an adventure to claim the legendary Mana sword and prevent a whole lot of end of world devastation. So budget time now, Skyracket. This was on sale actually last month, but they've just come in here with a monster 75% off. This is blending together shmup mechanics with block breaker gameplay, and it was a surprise drop on a Nintendo Direct and it went largely overlooked. It's really interesting though, as the combination for me absolutely worked. It created the precision that a shmup demands as you weave and take down these enemies, but then the arcade nature of block breaking, especially for the boss moments as you fly through these levels. The shmup elements though, it becomes interesting when you realise you can't just simply fire back outside of a few power-ups. Instead, you're going to be using that tennis racket in your hands to fire their attacks back at them. It attaches a story to all of this, which is mostly honestly forgettable, but I think it has it where it counts. A simple but addictive gameplay loop and visuals about as bright as they come. Not an easy game at points, but it's also not like bullet hell or anywhere near the top tier shmups in difficulty, so I think this can be pretty welcoming to most. So race fans now, one of my personal favourites, WRC 8 World Rally Championship. It's coming in with 70% off. It's matching the previous all-time low. Gotta say, this is a fantastic racer that really, for me, is only bested by Grid Autosport. WRC though, true to the world of rally, is all about intricate track layouts and time trials as you basically face one terrifying scenario after another. They seem to exclusively target being on the side of a cliff, and that for sure builds into the intensity here. This one, it's not arcade. There is a set of customizable options to tailor how the sim elements play, but even at its easiest, it's still harder than most. Bringing together 50 teams, 14 rallies over 100 stages, and then setting itself around the 2019 season, I was really impressed, and I really hope this does get some sort of sequel on the Switch, because I do believe this is a very good port. The standout feature though, it's for sure the in-depth career mode where you'll not only race, but face research teams, staff recruitment and management, balancing out the calendar. Like any racer, I did see the occasional odd wonky physics reaction, but I've sunk hours in here and I featured it on my Top Switch Racers video with good reason. I'll link that in the pinned comment down below. If you do like your races though, and if you like your sim racing racing especially, this would be my #1 pick for you. Alright, so Rico, now in full transparency, I was not a fan of this one, calling it below average on the channel. That said, it seems this one is a case where the majority, they seem to like disagree with my opinion, and I'd say it's falling around like the 7 out of 10 mark over on Metacritic. So for that reason, I wanted to give it a mention today, because there is no doubt this is a great price as it rolls in with 50% off. Rico is a first-person shooter where the focus has for sure been placed on like co-op, local or online play. The idea, get a case, go to location, clear the enemies, save the day. That's what got me. I found it all extremely repetitive, the locations very similar, and it never felt like it truly went anywhere. If you just want a fun shooter though to share with like a friend, you can do worse. If you just want a solo shooter, you can also do that here too. The hook here though, it's actually using procedural generation, meaning cases constantly like they switch things up, and I will give it this, it has a lot of like unlockables, like think weapons and daily challenges to face. If you do like this one too, or even own it already, just know there is a DLC pack as well by the name of Breakout, set around like a mass number of prisoners escaping a local cell. This packet gives you obviously new enemies, but 3 new weapons and then a new level as well, and that's currently offering 20% off, and it was already cheap to begin with honestly, so that is not bad at all. Alright, so before we do get to our first winner, my pickup of the week, I actually already own this one, so I'm actually like physically buying it, but I just haven't sunk in a huge amount of time yet, so I can't fully get behind it. But Rock of Ages 3 Make and Break. This is a strategy game that's part tower defense, part Marple Madness. The idea is this, you are like warring it out against an opponent and you want to attack their castle. You are each armed with a big old boulder and you'll place structures to slow your opponent down in like a build stage. Then you'll jump into a third person mode and yeah, try and navigate the map and hit them as hard as you can. It's harder than it looks though, first of all, I want to put that out there. It's got a lengthy story. It seems that I'm working my way through a nice Monty Python sense of humour, but I will say from what I've like seen so far, there is a favorable frame rate and it can lead to a bit of like the occasional, not awful, but occasional like stuttering. I think it's fun though, this one, and it is a decent discount for a very new game offering 35% off. If you do like the idea but don't want to spend the cash, just know the second entry in the series is on sale if you're in the UK, EU or Australia, and it's offering like 53% off, so it is considerably cheaper. Naturally, it features a different campaign. The big real difference though, in the third you can make your own levels, hence the name Make and Break. So our first winner then of the week, Adam Rag, who said Falferis looks interesting and it's for sure going on his wish list. For sure a solid game, and the whole metal soundtrack was what really gave it kind of like a boost for me. This one is still on sale right now for a few more days if you are interested. Adam though, drop me an email, it's in the description down below to claim your $10 code, and congrats again. Everyone else, we do still have a second winner coming up later in the video, but of course first, more games. Alright, so quick one for you now, because it's not the first time we've seen these deals and it will not be the last, but XCOM, BIOSHOCK the Collection and Borderlands, they're all offering 20% off, whether that's the individual titles or these full collections. That said, look, I've been looking online and you can grab them cheaper physically from Amazon, Best Buy, GameStop, Target and Walmart here in the US and Canada. That said though, it seems to be a decent deal for those of you in the UK, EU and Australia. Great games, all great ports, though I will say XCOM for sure struggles at times, but you won't regret any of these with them being all like top tier experiences within their genre. Even XCOM, the frame rate stutters really don't matter just because of the style of game it is. Another racer for you now, TT Isle of Man, and I'm keeping this quick, it's for sure niche. First, yes, it has a sequel now. No, I haven't played it, so I don't know if it's a huge jump. I'm excited to actually get my hands on that one personally when it finally goes on sale. But this is just an insanely intense racer where you'll jump on your superbike and barrel your way through a nearly 38-mile track. One of the, if not the most dangerous races in the world, no question, and it's claimed the lives of 260 riders in its 113-year history. And I gotta say, this game, it just captures the pressure and the speed of this event. There is not a single racer on the Switch as fast as this one, nor are many as challenging though, as it's for sure aiming towards realism. The record lap in like real life for this race is an average of 135 miles an hour, which is terrifying, and that's what this one just nails. With 70% off, it's a great price. It's well worth checking out if you're like kind of curious about it and you don't need to commit to the price tag of, you know, the second entry. Just as I say, a warning, expect a serious learning curve. So next up then, Children of Morta. This game is incredible, and it's one I grabbed at release and it just keeps me coming back. It's got its hooks into me and it doesn't seem to be letting go anytime soon. Here you'll be taking on the role of a family who are the guardians of Mount Morta during a time where, like, you know, corruption, general evil, it's spreading over the land. It's a roguelite, but what makes it so unique is it has 7 playable characters from this family who all control in different ways, so it keeps things here very fresh, along with a really nice story. Then you throw in the local co-op options. There is also online planned, but that's on the roadmap, it's not released yet. But this seems to be going from strength to strength, and it seems to be getting a lot of support. Top this off though with like stunning visuals and world design, and I'm a big fan of this one, and the effort they've put into development after release, gotta say, is seriously impressive. At that 41% off right now, it's a new all-time low and a strong recommendation from me. So this is for sure a weird one, but the missing JJ McField and the Island of Memories just got a physical release a few months back from Limited Run Games, and now we are seeing it back on sale on the eShop with a new all-time low. It's been a good while since I've seen this one drop, and if you like something that's, I'd say, a little bit more on the obscure side of things, this one is probably going to be a good choice for you. Here you go though, looking for a missing friend on the Island of Memories. Here's the catch though, on this island you can't die, so expect to see your body just absolutely tore to pieces, like your arms will go ripped off, your legs, sometimes unintentionally, sometimes to solve puzzles. It's a really unusual one with a super clean 2D presentation that I just really like. 66% off now, and a great price for a really solid game. Okay, so before we do get to our second winner and last 2 games of the week now, Under Night in Birth Late Clear, it's offering 35% off. This is a new all-time low for the game, but just know this one was easily worth full price with 21 fighters, a ton of stages, some great music, a story mode to like work your way through, and then online, arcade and training to wrap things up. This is like content rich. They've been working on this one for years over like a few like releases, and this marks the best version yet as it introduces over 1,000 character balance adjustments. Not too much to say here though, it's one of the best 2D fighters available on the Switch, and one that will just demand the very best of you thanks to extensive move and combo list. So our second winner of the week then, Jeffrey Merry, who likes the look of Neon Abyss but is going to wait on a deeper sale. Solid game, but for sure, no doubt, a lot of us have backlogs, so we can definitely afford to wait sometimes until we see that price we want to see. Good to hear about the Thursday edition though, helping you out as well. I like to think I'm saving you money, not enabling you to spend more, but I will say from the comments I do question that at times. As always, email me though to claim your code, and everyone else remember to drop that comment below to enter for a chance to win this week. With that, let's get on to our last 2 games. So our penultimate game of the week then, Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 Road to Boruto, and I'm going to just point out now, you might see me behind me as I'm using my footage from the in-depth review I did over on the channel. I did not think it through when I pressed delete on that footage. This game though was good fun. Yes, it is the 4th entry, so if you haven't like played the first 3 games, I would start there first. The trilogy's been out for a while now. It's also equally as good, but it's also on sale for like 50% off. I will say as you move from one to the next though, you're going to see the improvements from game to game. This one though, it's wrapping up the story while giving you the best build yet, over 100 ninjas, multiple game modes, and all the DLC included for good measure. Naruto fans, this is a must buy and a fantastic mix of genres, where it has options for those that simply want, you know, a 3D arena fighter, those that want a little bit of exploration on the side, and then those that want a bit of story along with their combat. If you want the full breakdown on this one, do check out that video over on the channel, and I've pinned it down below. This 33% discount though does mark the lowest price we've seen yet, even if it is by like maybe a couple of dollars, but honestly I'll still take it. So our final game of the week then, it's BlazBlue Central Fiction, and this is my pick of the week easily. It's a UK, EU, AU exclusive deal right now, and it's also the lowest price we've ever seen with a sizable 60% off. BlazBlue has seen 2 Switch games, this one and Cross Tag Battle, which is also on sale right now, but that is a very simplistic take on the BlazBlue name. This is very much the true experience, and the depth you will find is just incredible. It's easily my #1 fighter on the Switch. I've loved this series since like the PS3 days, and the moment this dropped, I imported a physical version from the UK because they didn't release it here in the UK, which is honestly a bad decision in my opinion. But then I also picked up a fight stick to go alongside it. That's how much time I'm willing to spend in this one. The game is incredible though. Arcade mode, a sizable roster of fighters with stunning controls, perfect pixel artwork, and then a story mode, which is basically a visual novel, and it is a monster in size. If you like fighting games, this one is a no-brainer, and it's another one I've actually put out a review for over on the channel. Again, as I mentioned, I'm going to link all of these reviews down in the pinned comment comment below. But that is it, another week down. Will you be adding anything to your collection, or are you giving the wallet a bit of a rest? Remember to check out Thursday's edition then if you haven't already. I keep everything nice and cheap there. In fact, to say that, like this week you could buy all 11 games I put in there and you'd still spend less than a single AAA release. Then drop a comment down below on this video for your chance to win one of two $10 eShop gift cards. As always then, look, a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. Helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Truly do appreciate it. If you want to check that out for yourself, I have linked it in the video description down below. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.